Hey everyone, this is Kevin the Apptrepreneur. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Sunday night. Sunday night is typically when we do a live stream. Now, even though the setup is usually a little bit nicer for the Sunday night live stream, we have like the border, we have the chat that you can see. Unfortunately, my wife, who has, bless her heart, been working very hard this week, she just needed to go to bed early. So, as a result, I decided we're going to move the live stream out here and so we could have some. I know it's not as nice when you can't see the chat and everything, but we're just gonna have to do it this time. So anyway, thank you everyone for coming. Steven, William, I see we already have 20 people and 2 thumbs up. Thank you so much. 3, awesome, and 21. So anyway, thank you all for and welcome Gregory. So here, as always, I always have to start this little spiel, partly to give people time to come around, and partly because of the people who might not watch this on the live stream, just so I can explain what this is. This is, in fact, a live stream. Now, live streams tend to go a little long because the whole point of a live stream is to communicate with you, the viewers, the fans, the supporters, even some of the haters to a certain extent. So that's the whole point of the live stream. As such, there's not always a point. It doesn't necessarily go in any direction. However, we do like to pick a main topic of interest. And as a result, if you just want to hear the main topic, the first 10 to 15 minutes should suffice, after which we will go off and do our own thing and you can leave. And that's for the people who are not watching this live. Now, before we do talk about the news story, I do want to make a little bit of an announcement. These are tough times, and a lot of people are losing work, and a lot less money is coming in. I have been hit financially with this as well as other people. Now, I have lost a couple Patreon supporters. That's fine. Not complaining about that. However, some people are continuing to stay YouTube members and Patreon members, because they still like my content. And I really want to go the extra mile and honor those people who are continuing to give me money, even though they don't need to do so. So starting this week, we will start uploading 1 video a week that will be exclusive to Patreon members and YouTube members. Now, I'm not saying these will never become public. However, for the first month or 2, they will only be available for members, and we've already uploaded the first of the videos this evening. So that's one of my ways of saying thank you for the continued financial support, even during this rough time. It means the world to me. With that announcement out of the way, let's talk about the main story. Now, one of the downsides of having this format is, I like that I could show you the article before, but we can't do that right now. But anyway, there was an article that started making the rounds, this information, I should say. And I wanted to talk about it a couple days ago, but now I'm definitely glad that that I kind of waited a day, because something came up that added to this I thought was really interesting. So anyway, Lyft is getting slower. Like rideshare, first of all, it's dangerous right now. Some people say that they're doing rideshare to help people. I think the best way you could help people right now is to not do rideshare, because I think that makes the situation worse. And what's more, it's not even very profitable right now. Uber and Lyft have both confirmed that they have lost about 70% of their business because of what's currently going on in the world. It got so bad that Lyft has actually been telling their drivers to work for Amazon once the rideshare plummet. According to this Yahoo article, Lyft was just telling people that, hey, you know what, we can't guarantee a lot of rides. You're probably not going to make that much money, so maybe you should go consider working for Amazon. And hey, you know what? I dislike Amazon. I'm not going to knock the logic right now. It makes sense. If one job's not working, you go to whoever is hiring, and some people do need money. But here's the interesting thing. I was wondering, I wonder why they would just say that. Like, why don't you just go work for Amazon? Because people have brought up over and over again that Amazon really should enter the rideshare market. Now, on one hand, there's many reasons why most companies would not want to enter rideshare. Rideshare is notoriously unprofitable, and we haven't figured out how to make money from it. That said, Amazon is a company that does not mind jumping into a business that does not make money in order to gain a foothold so that they could be the number one dog in town when eventually they do, when that business does become profitable. And that's when I saw this article from CNET, and it was highlighted Lyft partners with Amazon on package and grocery delivery. So here's Lyft's biggest downfall. Lyft doesn't have an Uber Eats. What is holding Uber together right now, even though the rideshare is plummeting, their food delivery is on the way up. In fact, funny story, we almost used Uber Eats tonight to get some food, and then my wife surprised me a lot, actually, by saying she wanted Burger King. Now, Burger King is of course on Uber Eats, but once you had to put in all the stuff you had to order just to get like the free delivery, I realized it was close enough. I just did the drive-thru and I saved like $9 because we didn't want to buy fries or soda or anything like that. But Uber does have the Uber Eats. Lyft does not have a Lyft Eats or a Lyft on demand or whatever it's called, whatever they would call it. And now it appears like Lyft's suggestion to go work for Amazon because things are low might be because there might be a little partnership behind the scenes going on right now. So, according to CNET, during the novel C virus outbreak, Lyft has expanded its services beyond just ride hailing. For example, last week in the San Francisco Bay Area, where they are definitely on lockdown, it initiated a pilot that lets drivers deliver medical supplies and meals. The company confirmed on Friday that it is now collaborating with Amazon to supply the e-commerce giant with drivers to do package and grocery deliveries. Lyft made the announcement in an email to drivers on Thursday, adding that it will be sending out weekly notifications with, quote, new information about driving, earning opportunities, and supporting your community, because it's all about supporting the community. It's not about making money. This news was first reported by Bloomberg. As the virus has spread, prompting government officials to mandate shelter-in-place policies, which, by the way, are nationwide shelter-in-place for the most part, has been extended to an additional 30 days. So, as a result, I don't think we're going to be going to church on Easter, but, companies like Uber and Lyft have seen their ridership plummet, and honestly, I think that's for the best for everyone. Even if you're losing some money, I know people don't want to hear that, but again, how do you think the virus spreads? It spreads with human contact, so I believe that the ridership plummeting is a good thing. It discourages people from driving, and less people are getting driven around. So anyway, while Uber has other services such as food delivery with Uber Eats, Lyft has had to search for new initiatives to keep its business afloat. Because yes, this is especially bad for Lyft. Lyft, all they have is rideshare. Like I said earlier, they don't have a Lyft Eats. They just have rideshare. And that business just lost 70%. So they're in trouble. So the lack of rides has also deeply affected Lyft's drivers. Many have seen their earnings tumble, and others have been forced to take unpaid time off because they're either vulnerable to the virus or have come down with symptoms of the virus. Lyft has said that they're offering 2 weeks pay time off if you get the virus, but of course, as we talked in another video last week, that has been pretty difficult to come by. So anyway, in an email sent to drivers Thursday, Lyft wrote, and as a way to earn additional income right now, Lyft drivers can apply for one of Amazon's recently opened roles. The company also gave riders a heads up about the federal stimulus bill and how they can access unemployment benefits from the government. As far as staying safe from the thing that's going out there, Lyft said drivers can put a plastic barrier between the front and back seats of their cars. It also gives them a link to where to buy the sheeting on Amazon, of course. The company additionally recommended that drivers roll down the windows during trips to increase ventilation in the car. Of course, the problem with that, I should point out, is the virus is in the air. So that, you do that at your own risk. So here's what's interesting. It's pretty clear that Lyft and Amazon have definitely struck up a partnership. Amazon is looking for new ways to deliver packages and groceries. Right now, that's a booming business. And Amazon is the number one company. Although I should note, it should be noted, other companies are finding their online presence spiking as well. And once their sales online spike, Amazon might be brought down to earth just a little bit. Maybe. We'll have to see exactly how this all works out in the long run. But it makes sense that Amazon would want to find more ways to deliver packages, deliveries, and well, hey, Lyft doesn't have these services. They're not a Postmate, so it's like, hey, let's make a partnership with Lyft. Now, here's why I'm saying, and this is just a theory, of course, a rideshare theory. I definitely think Amazon's using this to test the waters. I think they're doing this to test the waters on rideshare. They're going to kind of see how much of a turnover they get with their deliveries on Lyft. And there's who's to say that, hey, they might actually look at what's going on. They might say, hey, you know what? This is kind of working out for us in terms of the wholesale food deliveries and the, package delivery. Maybe we buy a stake in Lyft. We buy a stake in Lyft, and we not only have a new way to deliver our product, but now we own part of a company that is in ride sharing. And if rideshare ever takes off, if it ever becomes popular, Amazon will substantially gain. Now, some people like MV might be pointing out that Amazon already has Amazon Flex. That is true. Again, though, they right now are looking for all these ways to deliver all their packages. That's why they're teaming up with Lyft. And this might be a covert way, again, just to see how this partnership works. And if it works fine, Amazon might want to get into the rideshare business because Amazon is a company that wants to be in everything. They want to be in everything. They want to be in medical. They want to be in retail. They want to be in publishing. They want to be in the movie business. They want to be in the streaming business, whether it be movies or books or music or apps. They want to be in the tablet business. They want to be in the electronics business. They wanted to be in the phone business. That came crashing down. And I suspect the reason they didn't try again was because their phone did bring some anti-competitor scrutiny along with it. And they probably wanted to avoid that. They want to be in the cloud. So they want to be in every business. This would be a good way for them to test the waters and see if they want to invest in Lyft. Now, Lyft, I believe anyway, that Lyft is worth a heck of a lot less money than Uber. It would be very difficult for them to buy into Uber a little bit and take over Uber. Although I hear that Jeff Bezos has a personal investment in Uber, and that's separate from Amazon. So if Amazon partnered with Lyft and decided they wanted to get into rideshare, they could easily buy Lyft, or they could buy a controlling share of Lyft. And yes, they would kill two birds with one stone. They would have yet one more method for which they could deliver their packages and their groceries from Whole Foods. But they would also be getting into the rideshare business. The infrastructure's there. The app is created. They have employees there. They would have all that stuff ready to go. And by the way, Lyft also has a partnership with Disney World. So by investing in Lyft, Amazon could strengthen their business partnership with the mouse, which a lot of people want to be in business with the mouse, even though the mouse is psychotic enough to buy Fox. So that's what's going on right now with Lyft and Amazon. Now, again, that partnership thing, that's purely speculation. Right now, the only official word that we have is that ridership is so low, Lyft is encouraging Lyft drivers to sign up for work at Amazon. That's all we know. But I just know from experience that, some of these big companies, once they do business with little businesses, they tend to own those businesses at some point. And that's where we might just be. So I don't know. I'd like to know what your thoughts are on all of that. You can comment in the live stream, or if you are watching this after the fact, comment below in the section. By the way, we have 57 people watching live. If you can give this a thumbs up, that would be great. So with that out of the way, let me pull up the chat on my computer so that I can start answering questions and talking to you. By the way, Peterson had an update in the hospital. He was live for like an hour and 20 minutes, and from what it sounds like, it's going to be an uphill battle for him to recover, but he's optimistic he can do it, and we will keep you up to date with all of that. I definitely recommend checking out his live stream. So anyway, we have Boosted here. Hey, we have Ryan's Treasures in here. I'm glad you liked the 1917 unboxing. We have Ephraim here, and we have Susan and Rick Reviews. And let's see here. Just watch the video. I'm so thankful to know that my support means support means the world to me. Again, like I said early at the beginning. No one has to give me money, and in these times I don't expect it. But for those of you who are continuing, I really wanted to thank you by giving you exclusive content that's only available to members. So I'm going to do at least one video a week indefinitely until either this thing blows over or I don't know. But I might enjoy doing that a lot more, because that video, which is only exclusive to members right now, was very different from what I normally do on this channel, and it was a lot of fun to make it. So thank you. Let's see here. Wisconsin Executive Car Service says, Kevin, they are partnering with them using Lyft platform to do deliveries. Oh, yeah. So we're Johns J says, Burger King, best burgers and fast food around. Great choice. I do love Burger King, although we also have In-N-Out nearby, but In-N-Out does not want to do food delivery at all. And I don't want to wait in that long line through the drive-thru. So there you go. Let's see here. Ephraim said, hey, Kevin, you drinking ice cold water? You're not allowed, no, you are allowed to drink water. Even like, you can always drink water. I mean, if you can't drink water, then we're screwed, because how do you expect to live? So anything. Let's see here. Ephraim says, I won't miss for the world. Easter is important to more than 2 billion people. Easter is important, but here's the thing. It's not a good time to go out to churches right now. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. MH8 says, can't get TP or paper towels on Amazon right now. To me, they're worth ... Yeah, no, paper towels and toilet paper are very hard to get right now. So but here's the funny thing. Most grocery stores get it in every day. It's just, it sells out so quickly. So anyway, there you go. Let's see here. Rick says, I've done lots of, plumbing is apparently busy. Yeah, I can imagine why the plumbing industry would be very busy right now, because people are actually home so that they can let the plumbers in. So, Ben says, I did do Amazon Flex until I missed a couple blocks and got deactivated. My own fault. Me. Yeah, I think there should be some flexibility there, but if you believe it was your fault, then okay, I guess it's your fault. MV says, what would Lyft do? Take the money from Amazon that Amazon is already paying the drivers and give the drivers a percentage? No drivers would go for that. Oh, you'd be very, very surprised what drivers would go for, I'm sorry to say. I mean, I never thought that drivers would drive for less than $1 a mile, and yet here we are. Hi, Sonny. How you doing? Boosted says, I think Lyft is pushing everyone to Amazon so they don't get hit that hard from all drivers running to unemployment. That's one of the strange things about this whole unemployment thing, though. And I'm thinking I might have to make another video, because I don't think people are really understanding my position on what's going on with the unemployment. And here's the thing. The unemployment, there's a reason Uber wrote the letter to President Trump asking for a bailout on the drivers, because they wanted a bailout. Uber and Lyft and Postmates, they should be paying the drivers out of their own pocket. They should be taking care of the drivers, but they don't want to do that. They don't want to redirect the billions of dollars that they're putting into self-driving vehicles. They don't want to cut Dara Khosrowshahi's CEO pay. So they wrote a letter to the government pointing out how this is like a bad time for the drivers and they're missing out on a lot of money. It's true. So they bail the drivers out. So the government puts them in the stimulus bill and the drivers get paid. And some people have acted like, you see, Uber cares for us. They're getting us money. But here's the thing. Uber's not giving you that money. Uber doesn't pay into unemployment. They don't pay for any of that. They got a bailout from the government. And by the way, that bailout, that's not their money. That's your money. That is your money. And you have paid yourself, and you will pay that back with higher taxes in the future. So whatever's going on with Lyft has nothing to do with unemployment because they do not pay into it anyway. All right. Ryan says, do you think that Disney is regretting buying Fox? I don't think that many of the Fox films released after the acquisition have done too outstanding at the box office. I think they are regretting buying Fox halfway. But here's the thing. They wanted Fox for two reasons. And make no mistake, these are the two reasons they want it for. Some people might say they wanted the X-Men movies. No, the X-Men movies are not worth $70 billion. Neither is Deadpool. The Marvel movies make a lot of money. They don't make that much money. However, they did want two things. First of all, they wanted more content they wanted a few things. They wanted more content for their streaming services. They wanted the controlling interest in Hulu. And here's probably the most important thing that they wanted. They wanted to take Fox out. If they buy Fox, that brought the major studios from 5 to 4. It removes a competitor from the business. That's the main reason they bought Fox. They took down a competitor. Now, that's why they don't regret buying Fox. But why they might regret buying Fox is that they had a $35 billion slush fund in case of emergency. So let's just say the economy crashes for a few months and they can't open their theme parks, which if Disneyland's not open, they stand to lose somewhere between $14 to $60 million a day. So Disneyland's very important to them running their operation. Well, if they have a slush fund, it'll hurt, but they can weather the storm. Unfortunately, they dipped into that slush fund, and then they borrowed an additional $35 billion to purchase Fox, and now they're not making that much money right now. So I think they are regretting buying Fox under those circumstances. But here's the thing. They won't be regretting it very long because Disney is unlikely to go to zero. Buying Fox means that they have assets. They can sell those assets. Fox News was not part of the deal, by the way. FX and FXX, those were part, and the Fox Sports Networks, those were part of the deal. They could sell those off if they need a little cash. But long term, they wanted to buy Fox to get rid of the competition. So I see Thomas is here. Thank you for joining us. San Diego Rideshare guy, driver. I'm sorry, I'm pulling. I lost my place here. And Boosted says, Ryan, the real reason they bought Fox was for the other Marvel movies. Nope, that's not why they bought Fox at all. That's a bonus, but that's not why they bought them. Hey, Abstract Echo, how you doing? Always nice to see you here. Patrick says, Lyft with Amazon must make your blood boil. I understand why they're doing it, but yeah, whenever Amazon decides they want to enter a market, never good. I was watching a PBS documentary about Amazon, which is free, by the way. You can watch it on YouTube. And just search PBS Nightline or PBS Amazon. Then you can find the whole movie. And they point out that anytime Amazon just thinks about getting into another business, billions of dollars are shaved from the companies that are in those business. That's not a good thing. So yeah, I don't know. So Sunny says, thanks to my parents, I was born in India. I can absolutely survive without toilet paper. LOL. We have been tough. How to wash our cutie. Yeah, toilet paper is not a necessity right now, folks. There's other ways you can clean yourself, if you will. Holy City Driver says, we have some dumb drivers. We do. We also have some dumb people on YouTube. And we have some dumb people at the grocery store. And we have some dumb people in fast food and some dumb leaders. And, so there's dumb people everywhere. You can't help it. That's all. Hey, Dustin is here. So he says, so Lyft will have a new logo and name soon. A Lyft? No, I think it would probably not change very much. Whenever Amazon buys a company, they keep the company name the same, but it says like I'm trying to think, like, Comixology. They bought Comixology. So it used to be just Comixology. Then Amazon bought them, so then it was a Comixology by Amazon. So that's probably all that would change. So let's see here. Ben says maybe Amazon buys Lyft. Well, I don't know how many people are going to be doing a whole lot of buying in the next few months, but yes, Lyft stock is abysmal, and they are definitely you could definitely see that they could potentially buy Lyft if they wanted to. So Muhammad Kali says, "Good evening, Kevin. Muhammad from Dearborn, Michigan. First time live chat, staying safe. Oh, well, welcome to the live chat. We're so happy to have you. And yes, thank you for staying safe. That's very important right now." Um, Rick says, Amazon plus Lyft. Yeah, makes sense. I agree. Makes sense. I don't like it, but makes sense. Patrick says Uber should be paying the unemployment. They should be, but they're not. And they were definitely bailed out. And they could actually honestly make the claim, like, no, we weren't bailed out. We didn't receive any of that money. And it's like, yeah, but this 25 million or whatever, billion or whatever the heck they gave to the drivers for this, that should be them. They should be paying into this, but they're not. So they got bailed out. Let's see here. I lost my place again. Sorry. MH8 says, I'll be out of the country before the higher taxes kick in. Well, okay. Have fun. Oh, hey, Go Donnie. How you doing? And Rick says, Hint said the same thing. Uber digging in government's pants pocket to give to us. Well, it's true. That's why. Mark's a smart guy. He's actually much better at this than I am, but I have more time to upload, I guess, because I don't travel like he does. So anyway, yeah. He called. Yeah, he was right about that, in my opinion. Griffiths, does that mean Disney controls? Oh, I answered that already. Hey, Just Mevin, how you doing? Secure said Lyft said they were reducing the express drive rental art in city most affecting, but nothing showed up. I've been hearing a lot of complaints about the express. Some people are actually having a very hard time returning the vehicles with what's going on. So, yeah, it's just a crazy time for all. So, let's see here. Godani says, driving back from Panama City Beach, Florida. Yes, my apps work in Florida. I'm a company man. They work everywhere. Okay, that's nice. Um, Griffith says, what you talking about, Willis? And then retracted the message. Interesting. Sonny says, is there a bank in Graveyard? Does Jeff Bezos have any account? I don't know. Well, Amazon does have Amazon Payments. Some people don't know that, but they do have a payment processor. So, I don't know. Muhammad said, Sakura, Lyft is reducing the number of rides. I wish Lyft would raise the rate per mile. Yeah, I mean, they should, but now is especially a bad time to do that. I mean, people aren't going anywhere and you're going to raise the prices. I don't know. That's be a hard one to justify. Holy City Driver says South Carolina has mandatory quarantine for anyone from NY, NJ, CT, so airports have finally killed most flights. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Just Mev said Amazon bought Lyft. No, not yet, but they could. You never know. So, GoKami says I'm bringing a truckload of toilet paper from Florida. Yeah, coming back now. It's like Godami said, oh, you're calling my 99-year-old dad a dumbass. Come on, man. Am I calling him that? Well, let me put it this way. Is he staying quarantined? Is he not going anywhere? If he's 99 years old, he should really be careful. But if he's going out socializing and partying, then I don't know. I think that speaks for itself. That's what I'll say. Ethan says, I'm surprised why Uber or Lyft withhold taxes, or you can opt in per ride, showing less headache later. Yeah, exactly. R. Jones says, I'd wear a hazmat suit if driving around for Amazon. Just saw a doctor say leave all your goods outside for 3 days and disinfect. Too risky still. Yeah, that's definitely a problem because the thing can actually be on the packaging. So there's no way to completely disinfect. That's the sad thing, but that doesn't mean that's an excuse to not try. Executive Car Service says, when did Instacart strike go on strike, Donnie? Apparently they went on strike this weekend, but I don't even know how many people went on strike because, like I said when I made that video, it's complicated because, yeah, the conditions are not safe. Instacart is worth like $8 billion and they're not paying their employees right. On the other hand, there's a lot of demand for Instacart drivers and there's not a lot of demand to other jobs, and some people just have to take what they can get, so I don't know how effective it was. So, let's see here. Oh, your name is Vivian. Oh, okay. So Mohammed says free Amazon Prime to Lyft drivers. Not heard anything about that. By the way, we have 54 people. If anyone hasn't given a thumbs up, please do. Really helps with the algorithm. We've got 24 people saying yay, and then we've got 3 people who are saying down, which, okay, whatever. I guess, that's life, right? Executive car service says that explains why I haven't got any orders since Friday. It was nonstop here last week. Yeah, it might be. Sunny says Insta stealing tips just like Uber, Crook, Lyftastic. Yeah, they are. They always have been. So anyway. All right, hey, rideshare sources here. There is a way to completely disinfect ozone generator in unoccupied spaces. Okay, yeah, I guess that's a good way to disinfect. Nathaniel says, just gave you a thumbs up. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Sakura says, thumbs up, bud. Thank you. Ethan, anime. I love anime. I've been watching a lot more anime these days. Says, you say you don't do Uber or Lyft. What do you do now as your gig? My gig? Well, keep in mind, this is not a gig channel. This is a app channel. And I mainly do eBay and Robinhood right now. I also do GetUpside, which if you want to get into GetUpside, there's a link below. Get cash back on every gas purchase you make. I do Shopify, and I do YouTube. I do a lot of little things, but Uber and Lyft isn't really one of them. However, I still have a lot of interest in the companies, hence why we're talking about them. And this is especially an interesting time. Wow, 30 thumbs up. Awesome. It'd be nice to get 100 again. Then I could do a little happy dance, but I don't know if we'll have enough people to do that. So anyway, MH8 said, sorry, it jumped. Sorry. Let's see here. Okay, Lawrence, sorry, I skipped Lawrence by accident. Lawrence Williams said, "Hey Kevin, hi Lawrence, how you doing? How you doing? I'm doing great, thank you very much. Anyway, I drive for Uber and notice when I look at the app, there's still surge going on. What do you think?" Well, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense, to be perfectly frank. I actually would be surprised if there was no surge at all, because there's a lot less drivers, there's a lot less customers, and so the algorithm would obviously show a surge because there's less supply to meet demand. Now, what that says to me is that there's still a lot of people who want to use Uber to go places, but there's not nearly enough drivers, so there's now some surge. Is it worth it to get the surge? I'm adding this one, of course, but in my opinion, no, it's not. My opinion, I turn off the apps myself, but you all have to do what we all have to do. So, Abstract Echo said, smash that like button, folks. Thank you, Abstract. Tom says, Texas has mandatory 14-day quarantine. Any airline passengers from New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, Florida, or California, Texas DPS officers are checking inbound passengers and listening where they will be staying and will do spot checks. Yeah, we're kind of at that point, folks. We're actually at that point. So I don't like it personally. And in fact, to be perfectly honest, the fact that we're on lockdown and everything, it does bother me a little bit because that goes against the whole concept of freedom in America. I also am aware, though, that this is just something that needs to happen right now. So there you go. Okay, Rick says, oh, you're talking to Rideshare Source Driver. Okay. MH8 said, although they do have schedules, maybe somebody needs to sue them on independent contractor status. Yeah. Maybe they do. Mohammed says, raise rates per mile to express Lyft drivers. Lyft should take 20%, but with express Lyft takes 40%. Yeah, look, I agree. I totally agree. But keep in mind, Lyft and Uber are not in the business of giving you money. They're in the business of making money, so they won't do it. MH8 also says I have an ozone generator. Well, that's nice. Mev, I'm sorry, I forgot your name your real name already. I'm sorry about that. There is not a surge in anywhere in the nation right now. No, there's surges. I have seen the screenshots. There's a lot of surges right now. But the reason there's surges is because there's not a lot of drivers. That's why. So, Tom says, yes, Robinhood. Yep, I agree. If you want a free Robinhood stock, check out the link below. Hold on. Go Donnie said, I'm 99-year-old dad is you probably meant my 99-year-old dad is stubborn. He went grocery shopping. Yes, he's driving. Yes, he's grocery shopping. And yes, he doesn't give a crap. Come on, man. Well, look, don't say come on, man to me. Say come on, man to him. He's the one who's putting his life and other people's lives in danger. So there you go. Come on, man. Sonny says if C has a face like the virus, it would be exactly Dara Khosrowshahi. I always imagined the monkey from Virus myself, but or was it called Virus or was it called Outbreak? I forgot what it's called, but anyway, I'd imagine the monkey. But there you go. Nathaniel Davies said, "Please explain Shopify." Shopify is basically eBay and Amazon, but you have your own store. You build your own design, you put your own inventory up there, you have your a Shopify email address for orders and everything. Now you can use it to sync to other online platforms, but you basically have a home page. And what's the advantage of it is, say, for example, you're selling things on Amazon or eBay, people are getting the receipts, they're getting your store name. Let's say you're off eBay and Amazon one day. Well, you still have a store, and those customers might follow you to the store. And in fact, you can put things in the packages that say, check out our store directly. That's Shopify. So, Executive Car Service says LL Sunny. Okay. Go down. He says Uber and Lyft cars or a peach dish infection. Oh yeah, petri dish. Yeah, they are. I agree. So let's see here. Just Mev says Lyft is saying that the drivers will soon be delivering virus tests and emergency medical equipment. Oh, sure. Yeah, that's going to make them feel really comfortable. Oh, yeah, we're making really low wages. And what do you want us to do? You want us to take testing kits to people because they're testing to see if they have the virus? Yeah. Come on, man. Rideshare source driver, what's your most favorite stock? That's a good question. I have a few stocks that I like. So I really like my Disney stock. I love my Coca-Cola stock. The dividends are great for that. The stock that I've been having the most fun with, though, is the Virgin Galactic Holding stock, which is space. Mainly because it's just rocketing up and down like crazy. So whenever it gets low, I buy a bunch of it, and then it usually goes up $5 to $10, and then I sell it and I make $100, and then I can rebuy the same stocks at a lower price when it goes down again. So that's been like by far the most fun stock. Otherwise, I like most of my stocks. Otherwise, Coca-Cola and Disney do have the best dividends, and Microsoft and Google are typically the most sturdy. Everything's gone down quite a bit, though, so let's see here. Just Mev said no surges in SAC. Well, I'm not saying everywhere, but there are a lot of surges. And Riders Source Drive, they say for the ozone 90-minute session. Oh, okay. Let's see here. R. Jones says, is this a distraction by Amazon? They know folks are striking in New York tomorrow. I didn't even know they were striking at their warehouse. Maybe they'll still need/want a whole new crop of drivers. It's possible. It's possible. I think bigger picture, though, they might want to be getting into rideshare or something like that, and they might be testing the waters. So, welcome to Keys Nation said is the partnership real? There is a partnership going on. Like, it's not what a lot of people think it is at the moment, but it could become that. So, Keys Nation says, Kev, you need to do more live streams. Actually, I've been doing quite a few live streams. They've been at really odd hours for the most part. But Sundays, I try to do 8 o'clock, maybe 7 in some cases. So, and I'd like to do it over there, but as I explained earlier, my wife wanted to go to bed early, so I needed to respect that. Let's see here. What else is going on? Donnie says, you got 62. That's a lot of drivers his age, but all drivers, but we'll be getting benefits soon. The news media's foam at the mouth, takes lots of time to reply. Well, maybe. I would like Uber and Lyft to pay into those systems, though. Otherwise, we're paying ourselves these benefits. Rick says, oops, that 2 was a typo. I kind of assumed it was. Queen Brooksy, one of my longest subscribers. Thank you for being here. Says lockdown was extended to April 30th as of today. Yep, that's what I heard. So I looked at my wife and I said, we are straight marathoning the Lord of the Rings extended editions, just like the Babylon Bee suggested. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Actually, tonight we watched Tootsie because she said that she was getting a little depressed. Because being in the house all day and not seeing the friends and having to talk through phone, she's getting a little. She's like, I want to watch something funny tonight. So I'm like, have you seen Tootsie? And she's like, I don't even know what that is. It's like great, and she loved it. She laughed so hard and said that's just what I needed. It shows that cinema really does have healing powers sometimes. So. What do you think about personal oxygen bar? I don't really know what those are, to be honest, so I have no opinion. Let's see here. Vivian. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Okay, I'll try to remember that, Vivian. So, Rideshare source driver, Lyft, and Uber CEOs deserve to starve to death. I'm not going to go that far, but I will say this: they definitely do not deserve to be living in the luxury that they do. So, MH8 says no surges in Denver. Roadie trips disappear before I can even look at them. Yeah, that makes sense. Abstract Echo said Handy Potter is suing Uber and Lyft for misclassification of drivers. You can go to their website and start your case online if you're in CA. Outside of CA, they can refer you. Well, hey, send a link, and I'll approve the link for this video. So Donnie rejected the message. Keys Nation says, what's happened to the calling during the live stream you started a while back? I might do that again soon. I might do that again soon. I wasn't going to do it tonight because I'm using the phone to live stream at the moment. So can't do that. However, with how much we're locked in, yeah, maybe we'll do another call in. In fact, tentatively we'll write in next week. Next week we might do a call-in show. So check that out. So, okay. My error. It's Potter Handy. Oh, okay. Oh, you've got dyslexia. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm glad I don't have dyslexia, mainly because I like reading and I love foreign language films, but I need subtitles. So, yeah, that might be. Well, maybe I wouldn't even know what I'm missing because of. But anyway, no problem. It's fine. So Donnie says, boy, I'm getting really backed up on the messages at this point. Lyft corporate headquarters did give me a call. They are turning the app off. Everybody's getting ready for that, waiting for the government to tell them when to turn the app off. Yeah, I'm expecting it to happen at some point. Kevin, I did a videotape if you'd like to check the video out. I had a conversation with them about turning the app off, the wedding on the government. Yeah, I'd love to see it. Hey, if it's on your channel, I will check out your channel later. Sakura says cruise ship stocks were Greta last week. Yeah, I can imagine they were. Donnie says, I will have 39 weeks of unemployment and I'm qualified for $10,000 loan because I'm an independent contractor applying for both one state or giving the proper paperwork. It's a waiting game. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to you. Sakura says, NCLH, CLL, and RCL are a steal right now. Once this blows over, old people will get back to cruising. Yeah, I am buying some cruise ships stocks. I am totally buying some stocks in cruise lines. I'm buying stocks in airlines. Like JetBlue's less than $10 a share, and it usually trades at 30. Heck yeah, I'm buying a bunch of that. I am so buying a bunch of travel stocks because they're going to go back up at some point. So, let's see here. Francisco says, why we ask the CEO of Lyft and Uber to make cutting of them salary about 100% of their salary. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Vivian says, tell Katie hello. Don't be sad. We love you. Yeah. Well, she's asleep right now, but yes, I will pass along the well wishes. I'm sure she'll appreciate those. Ryan says, I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have to reschedule my trip to California since Disneyland will probably still be closed. Oh, it will for certain be closed May 21st. I'm expecting it to open in June myself. Would you say that late August is a good time to go to Disneyland? You know, usually August is a good time to go to Disneyland in general. So that would probably be a wise time to reschedule it. And of course, if things change, because here's one thing you do have to keep in mind. Even if Disneyland is open May 21st, realistically, when things start to reopen, the virus isn't going to be gone. It's just the worst is going to be behind us. You could still get sick. So some people might still be a little bit cautious about going outside. So anyway, but I think August would be a good time to reschedule. Jesse, oh hey Jesse, how you doing? Says looks like Amazon is taking over Lyft. What choice would Lyft have? Lyft was in a bad shape before this, but now they are probably on the brink, and Amazon has the means to keep them alive. That's one of the reasons they're probably flirting with this partnership. Hey, I've still got 59 people. If anyone wants to give a thumbs up that hasn't, please do. Queen Brooksy says Amazon was nice and gave us flex drivers a bottle of Purell. It was something, I guess. Take it. I mean, I'm hearing stories like at places like GameStop, they're telling their employees to stay open, but they're not providing them with gloves or PRL or anything like that. It's crazy. MH8 says, haha, I've been watching Montalbano. I don't know what Montalbano is, to be honest, but okay. Rideshare Source says, your Toyota still lasts, doesn't it? Yes, my Toyota is still here. It still works. It's not getting used very much these days. Not even remotely close. It's probably crying a little. It could use some love, but there you have it. Vivian said, so Uber and Lyft are shutting the apps down. We don't know that. I wish they would. I think they should. I think they might be forced to at some point, but they're not yet. They have, at the very least, taken down the shared rides. It's a good first step, but I'm definitely, because here's the thing. I know some people depend on them, but my point is like the way that the virus spreads is through human contact. And Uber and Lyft, if one person infects that driver is infecting all the passengers. I actually think they're doing more harm by staying open. If they want to help people, they wouldn't drive and the apps would be shut down. But that's me. Abstract Echo said, link sent. I'm dyslexic and have ADD, which is like having amnesia and deja vu at the same time. Well, at least you have a sense of humor about it. So let's see here. What else? Will cruise ships come back? Not in my opinion. Guys, don't freak out too much. There's so many articles saying like, oh, these things will never come back, because you know what? It freaks you out when you click the article and you read it. Folks, things will come back. They absolutely will come back. Movie theaters will come back. You want to know how I know movie theaters will come back? Because people are so desperate to go to the movies, they're going to the drive-in theaters. I know so many people who it's like, okay, yeah, streaming was fun when it was just convenient, but now that I have to stay indoors, shoot, I actually kind of want to go out to the movies. Cruise ships, they will come back. They might take a year to get back on track, but at some point it's like, screw this. I want to go on a cruise. I want to get the fresh air. I want to see the seagulls and the dolphins. I want to go to the beach in the Caribbean. I want to do the Disney Cruise Line. They will be back. People will want to ride Space Mountain and Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin and Splash Mountain again. They will go back to Disneyland. These things are not going away. They will be hurt by this, but they will come back. Just saying. So, Muhammad says, very funny movie, Welcome to Mooseport with Gene Hackman. Oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that movie for years. I just remember seeing that in theaters with Ray Romano. I did not like that movie at all. I didn't think it was, hey, if you enjoyed it, great. I'm glad you enjoyed it, but one of the things about the movie that I dislike the most is I really, really hate the fact that was Gene Hackman's last movie. It's like, great actor, and that's your final movie. Like, but hey, if you like it, I'm great. Glad you did. I don't like that movie at all, though, and I have not thought about it in a long time. But yeah, I'm now having memories of some of the scenes. Wow, yeah, boy, it has been a while. So anyway, let's Rideshare Source. Have you been to the Madame Tussauds Museum? No, I have not. Rick says, I think Francisco wants to reduce the salary workers at Lyft and Uber. Oh, yeah, well, here's the thing. I would want to start with the CEOs. Start with the CEOs. Reduce their pay first. And then if it gets really bad, then you can reduce the salaried people. But always start at the top. Never start at the bottom. Let's see here. MH8 says, we're living through a paradigm shift. Look at what the new world will look like. No, we're not. We're living through a pandemic, but pandemics end, and this one might not even last that long. I mean, 3 months sounds like forever, but it's really not. It really is not. Everyone just likes to go to this extreme thing, so there you go. That's what it is. So let's see here. Uh, let's hear what else is going. Let's hear. Queenie says, "Good series for a mood lifter for Katie is Doc Martin. I don't like comedy, but this show is hysterically funny." Yeah, that is a funny show, isn't it? Also, I Love Lucy. I Love Lucy. Donnie says, rolling up on Alabama state line, they're pulling everybody into the rest area and checking IDs and your credential. Pretty crazy trying to make it home. I believe it. I believe it. So, MH8 says, Montalbano is an Italian series about an inspector in Sicily who deals with the mob. It's in Italian with subtitles. Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'll check it out. That might be interesting. Vivian says, the drivers in SAC have masks and gloves, and the windows have to remain open. No one in the front seat. Cars have to be disinfected periodically between rides. Yeah, all for 60 cents a mile. I'm sorry. R. Jones says, I love Doc Martin. Maybe I should really watch Doc Martin at some point. Rideshare Source says, is the bankruptcy court open or closed? I have no idea. I have no idea. If it's closed, I guess it's good for P. I don't know. That's a good question. Let's hear. Hey, Rideshare Trickster, how you doing? Hey, Trickster, I would love. I saw your recent video with that driver who got the virus. I would love to use it in one of my videos if I could. I'll definitely give you money though. Not money. I'll give you credit for that. So, Ryan says, have you ever been on a Disney cruise before? No, we were planning on it, but it's not going to work this year. Bottom line. So, Donnie says most government offices are closed for filing bankruptcy. Well, okay then. MH says things came back after 9/11, but not to where it was. Well, yes, it did. I mean, it wasn't in like the first year, but over time, it came back. It did come back. That's the point. Yeah, it's not going to be an instantaneous thing. It will take time, especially when you have like 25% of the country unemployed. It might take 5 or 10 years. Who knows? But things will come back. We don't just stop doing it. I mean, I actually am like kind of baffled by this concept because you know what? Like a lot of people say like, oh, the movie theaters and the cruise ships are closed for a few months. So I guess those are never coming back. And it's like, you do realize like the NBA and baseball and college basketball, all these things are going to be probably off for the season. You think those are never coming back though? If you think that, then I've got a bridge to sell you. Anyway, a few more of these. Well, we've got 8 minutes left. That's the bottom line. So there you go. We got 8 minutes left. So let me look at these. Chicago says the movie that I sent today that was so good with A Few Good Men. Yes, A Few Good Men is a very, very good movie. 71 viewers. Wow. Hey, if you guys have a thumbs up, please do. Really appreciate that. Let's see here. Planned medic. Rick says, when Uber hubs close their doors on us, we can always count. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, no, you can't, Rick. Vivian says, I have masks and gloves as well. Have had these items just in case well before all this happened. Car has always been disinfected. I'm going to try Instacart tomorrow instead. Not much money. Rent is due. I think they're going to have to do something about the rent. I think there might be some situations where rent is just simply not paid for a little while and we all have to take a little bit of a hit. There are actually malls, and I don't know how this is making a lot of sense for people right now, but there are malls that are being forced to shut down because of what's going on. And well, they're shutting the malls, effectively shutting the businesses down, and they're telling the tenants you still have to pay rent. And then you have companies like Cheesecake Factory going like, we can't open the restaurants, so we're not paying rent until we could reopen. So it might get a little ugly between landlords and tenants for a little while because you can't kick them all out. And I mean, you can't kick. I think it's kind of hard to justify kicking out a business for not paying rent when the business can't even be open. So there you go. Let me see what else. I need to make. No evictions in Colorado for 3 months. Yep. Rideshare, sure. I got permission to pass it on from Torsten. This needs to be seen. Oh, the Rideshare professor. Okay, well, I will definitely pass it along then. I will try to give you guys credit. So Monica says, I don't see Las Vegas recovering from this really sad. Oh no, Las Vegas will recover from this. They will totally recover from this. There are way too many people out there who like their booze, their gambling, and their naked women. There are way too many people. Las Vegas will recover. Mark my words. Heck, casinos are like a 100% profit business when you really stop and think about it. Like if you bankrupt a casino, you're doing something very, very wrong. So yeah, Valerie said, yeah, Valerie, I agree. Like you can pay the mortgage or rent. The rent will still be owed, but the mortgage is maybe put on the back end of the loan. Yeah. Yeah. So um Je- Jesse says Nevada has put a freeze on residential and commercial evictions for the last 60 days, even weeklies. Yep. So that let's see here. And MH8 says, "Hey, sell me the bridge. I'll collect the toll." Yeah, really. Yeah, really. Ryan says, "Are your YouTube member exclusive videos going to be for any of your other channels or just the Apptrepreneur?" Well, the exclusive videos, it kind of depends. It really does. Like right now, I have no memberships on my other channels, so I think most of the exclusive content will be on the Entrepreneur. And if you are a YouTube member, you will have access to the links. Now, because I am still getting a fair amount of donations, I am going to open up a Vimeo account. So if you're a Patreon member, those videos will be exclusive on Vimeo. And you'll have to have like the link and the password to watch them. So there's two ways that people can watch the exclusive videos, but we're going to try to do one a week, and they're not going to be news or anything. They're going to be something like what I did today, which today was like a vlog about us going to the drive-in theater for the first time. That video might eventually become public, but it's going to be a couple months at the very least. So there you go. Rideshare Trickster says, I have stopped driving for Lyft and Uber. Not worth it. Rideshare Lisa started me on DoorDash. Safer. Actually, DoorDash really isn't any safer when you get down to it, unless you're just doing some restaurants. Like if you're doing restaurants where it's like they put the food in the trunk and then you put the bag on the door, then that's probably a little safer. But the bottom line is if someone has the virus and they're still handling the bag, it can be on the bag. So it's not that much safer. Well, okay, it is safer, but it's not safe exactly. But good word, safer. R. Jones says, heard it from Kevin first, then a news agency on YouTube. Thanks. So let's see here. M. Night Raven says, a law was passed protecting businesses, especially small business. I believe the businesses will be protected. We're going to have to figure out something to do about the rent back payment, but I think it will be forgiven it will be at the very least put on hold. So let's see here. Low Roller Scratcher says, I think Amazon should buy Lyft. No, I don't think Amazon should buy anyone else. I think they're big enough as it is. So, let's see here. Is there any others? Abstract Echo says, if you don't watch the news, you're uninformed. If you do watch the news, you're misinformed. Yeah, there's unfortunately some truth to that. K Night Raven M said the law actually applies to anyone who pays rent, even residential properties. Yeah, R. Jones says they have extended almost all courts and county operations to San Diego except for domestic violence restraining order, no eviction, divorce, traffic collections, nothing is functioning. Jesse says, agree, I live in Vegas for 20 years and maybe a lot of big casinos being sold and changing hands, but there will always be people and companies with enough money to buy and operate casinos. And Low Roller Scratcher said, landlords need to pay their rents too. Yeah, I don't care. Frankly, I don't care. You know what? Yeah. You know what? You close a building, they can't do business, and you say, hey, we are forced to close the building and you can't run a business, but hey, dinero. It's like, no, screw you. You're going to take a hit with us just like we have to. So I don't care. And Vivian says, my landlord said they want a letter from a doctor, but the government says do not go to the hospital unless you are very, very high risk. The landlord, frankly, doesn't need that letter. Right now, it's just, well, I don't know where you are exactly, but I know in California, it's just, hey, can't afford the rent. because I'm laid off or something. Don't have to prove anything. Now, after this is all said and done, who knows what happens. But right now, it's just no evictions at all. So, Sleeping Elephant said, let real estate tank overvalued. Yes, and that's like probably like the biggest plus for me in all of this. I actually think some things needed to be corrected. I think rent got way too high. I think some corporations got way too big. I that's my opinion, and I actually there's some good things that are going to come from this. I think things might be a lot more reasonable going forward. But there's the thing. And on the final comment, MH8 says, if a landlord can work it out with their tenants to make a rent payment based on an interest-only payment, that would be ideal. Yeah, that probably would be. But anyway, we're ending it now. It's been an hour. It's been more than an hour, actually. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. And hey, if you haven't given a thumbs up yet, again, it really helps a lot. Now, if anyone is watching this after the fact, you didn't catch this live stream, but hey, you stuck around for this whole hour. Thank you so much. I would like to know what your thoughts on any of this are, so please do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, hit the like button, and by the way, comment below on what you think about any of these topics. Thank you so much for being here. Next week, we will more than likely be doing a call-in show. And those ones are funny. That's where you can actually call my phone and talk to me live on the air. Prank calls will be hung up on, for the record. You know, I mean, they're funny, but they waste time. So anyway, that's a little bit of a heads up. So look forward to seeing you all there. Catch you later. Flame responsibly. Have a good one.